Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez. Lluïsa Espigolé is a Catalan pianist. She was born 1981 in Barcelona,
where she starts playing piano at the age of 5. After beginning her musical studies at the
Academia Ars Nova,
she continues at
Conservatori Municipal de Música de Barcelona,
where she graduates in
piano.
Afterwards, she moves to
Frankfurt,
where she closely worked with
members of the Ensemble Modern. Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez. Lluïsa Espigolé was born 1981 in Barcelona, as she has later remembered.
Even before touching her first keys at the age of 5, the sound of her mom's harp has resounded her first musical memories. She has started her musical studies at the Academia Ars Nova and has continued at Conservatori Municipal de Barcelona, where the percentage of study hours has exponentially grown through the years. 545% within 4 years, Lluïsa has respectively played 3, 4, 3 and 5 solo recitals and has achieved 0, 0, 0 and 1 awards before graduating in piano, chamber music, solfeggio theory, accompaniment and pedagogy. Afterwards, she has moved to Frankfurt, where she has closely worked with members of the Ensemble Modern. Another remarkable people, who actually have not been remarkable at all at that time, but undoubtedly have become outstanding from Lluïsa Espigolé's projects and further steps in life within the near future, such as Antoni Bessas, Albert Sardà and Carles Guinovart.
There has been no doubt about. There is no doubt about the central role repetition within
Lluïsa Espigolé.
Bio. No doubt about the patterns in 2007 when she framed into the steps of her mentors. She works and works by all of them responding under the names of composers, performers, and artists based in where she's based in. There is no doubt.
There was no doubt about the central role of repetition within
Lluïsa Espigolé's
Bio, no doubt about her patterns in 2011 when she started teaching at
Conservatorio Superior de Música de
There she
Aragón.
followed the steps of
Wolfgang, Yukiko, Nick, Florian.
Then after her mentors, models and friends with whom she worked on works by so-called contemporary composers, performance and sound artists such as all great, widely published, so very contemporary, swelling the ranks until the very moment happening in 3, 2, 1. There has been no doubt about the central role of repetition within Lluïsa Espigolé's bio, because, as she has been told, repetition is the only way to convert past into a consistent tradition. Muddy and painful, but tradition nonetheless, or economically speaking, a musical translation of a memory process which empties creativity of its critical elements.
Ludovico Giustini. I'm Lluïsa Espigolé. I'm a Catalan pianist. I was born in 1981 in Barcelona, where I started piano at the age of 5. Even before touching my first keys at the age of 5, the music of Johann Christian Bach presented my first musical memories. I would truly say in 1986, exactly 204 years after Johann Christian Bach's death, and within his instructors, I found the necessary pleasure and self-security to resist in the future increasing hours of tortures in front of the piano. Every day, when I gave up, after hours of repetition, I always came back to those other repetitions. I came back to the even, to the 2, to the 4. Ultimately, I had to come back to Johann Christian Bach after spending hours of dissatisfaction studying. In cities like suffering that infernal weather, to smell something similar to pleasure or self-security. This, of course, has not anything to do with the unpredictable forms of his father or his oldest brother, Wilhelm Friedemann, who, apart from developing an alcoholized writing through his life, also preferred harpsichord to fortepiano. Indeed, I, Lluïsa Espigolé, preferred fortepiano instead of harpsichord, as Johann Christian Bach did. Actually, I was never interested in what happened before 1732. Johann Christian Bach, who was born in 1735, 3 years after the first music specifically written for fortepiano was released, was inside the list, like was Fuga, Lachmann, Bayerin, Chaffino, and Murail. Latter were, however, those preferred by Wolfgang, Yukiko, Nick and Florian. Lluïsa shepherded through the scheduled path I took from conservatory to conservatory, from city to city, from professor to professor, and from work to work, and in the meantime into Johann Christian Bach. He was the first composer through whom I saw, precisely through his predictable and simplistic structures, the minimum essence of the print, the tender parts of the chords he wrote on the score, the pressure of his hand in the paper, the erosion of his instruments' dampers, strings and hammers, the unsearchable DNA between its keys and the estimation or lucubration of the jewels he dropped when composing the last chord of his concerto, Opus 7, number 5.
Lluïsa!
$2.500 con este clic infernal. Go to piano, go to keyboard. Sonríe público, hazte una selfie. Yo, Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez, sigo interpretando una y otra vez mi propia bio. Y siempre perfecta. Y ahora voy a hacer un post en Insta para que se note que siempre Lluïsa Espigolé sigue interpretando una y otra vez su propia bio. Mis hijos porrean la puerta porque están hartos de escucharme. Y yo, siempre perfecta. Venga, que hago un reel con mucha vertiginidad. Mientras Blippi nos explica cómo van cambiando las escombrarías. Yo tampoco tengo una idea. Tengo un verstientes Klavier und spiele wie eine Sau. Y yo, Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez, sigo interpretando una y otra vez mi propia bio. Y yo, nachdenken sobre que falta esthetische Wende. Y mi propia bio, que soy una post-intérprete. Porque yo, Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez, sigo interpretando una y otra vez mi propia bio. Porque yo, siempre perfecta en las fotos, que soy una post-intérprete. Yo tengo mi bio también, porque yo, Lluïsa Espigolé Ibáñez, estoy executada de interpretar una y otra vez mi propia bio.